All right, guys. Thank you for joining me tonight. As per usual, I always appreciate you guys following me for a double header. You guys could be doing a million and one things on a Wednesday night, I guess, and you guys choose to hang out with me. So I do appreciate that. Always remember that. Kaya, thank you for the 5 by 5 before I even came on. Darcy, prep to adapt. Thank you for the 5 by 5 guys. Appreciate it. William, another friend. Eric, Cold Prepper. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that wrong. Beef and Chicken. Loretta, Maria, Susan. Thank you for the 5 by 5 Joe, FW, Lisa, Chair K. Thank you for the 5 by 5 South Florida, DCL. Raccoon Eye. Sean, Elaine. One Shot, One Kill. Kathleen. Thank you for the 5 by 5 Firehorse. Patty. Thank you for the 5 by 5 3% Prepper. Thank you for the 72 by whatever the hell that is. So thank you for the 5 by 5 guys, and I appreciate it. Thank you for the Angry by Angry, Clara, and Glock. Thank you for the 5 by 5 Cherokee Survival. Thank you for the 5 by 5 All right, so let's get on with the show. Like I said, Mamacita, Joe, thank you for the 5 by 5 I want to try to keep those to a minimal. It's like virtually impossible, but whatever. So here's the deal, guys. Windflower, Deanna, Stormy, thank you for the 5 by 5 Kimberly, Monty, thank you for the 5 by 5 Donate to his campaign. So, guys, here's my issue with Trump. Trump has a lot of problems. He has a ton of fucking problems. His problems, I think, right now are not as bad as Biden. Biden's problems are way worse, but Trump is creating issues with flip-flopping on issues, period, right? And the one issue I took with him was the TikTok. I don't like that he flip-flopped on that at all. But the abortion thing, they're trying to make it like he was flip-flopping with that. And I'm like, technically he wasn't. He had always said that the states should take care of their own in regards to that. Now, I think at some point he mentioned something about a federal ban on abortion and that he might sign it. I thought I heard that a while ago, but he never committed to that. And then even before he left office, he said that he'd rather the states handle it, which is a good idea. When it comes to federalizing certain bans, you should never entertain any of them. I don't give a fuck if it's abortion or guns, whatever it is. You should never federalize anything. Once you start banning things by way of federal government, you're toast. You opened up that door, and now they can. I mean, they've done it with guns in certain instances. Let me walk that back. They've done it with guns in certain instances. You don't want them to start doing an abortion. You don't want to have them doing it with different things, because once they start with abortion, they're going to move on to another subject, and you're not going to like it. So, federal ban on abortion is bad. I know that it would save kids, but it's bad. That's a segue for other shit to come. You do not want it. That I have to say about that. But when it came to TikTok, that was a giant red flag for me, man, because Trump started the whole TikTok ban thing, right? I mean, there were people calling for the ban for TikTok for a while, but Trump was spearheading that. He was trying to come up with a bill. Actually, he created a bill, or had somebody create a bill for him, sorry, about getting rid of TikTok. And with that, he was ready to have it signed. He was ready to push it through. And then, lo and behold, it didn't happen. Fine. Now he's running for office again, and Biden wants to ban it. Now he's turning around and going, oh, no, we can't have that ban. Really, fuckface? You just said that you wanted it banned 4 years ago. Now you're backpedaling? Why? Well, we don't know why he's backpedaling. I know why he's backpedaling. He's backpedaling because he needs the Gen Z votes. And Gen Zs are idiots. And there are Gen Zers out there that are like, oh man, he wants to save TikTok now? I'll vote for him. Now, granted, he's probably playing the game. There are certain things you should not flip-flop on. And when it comes to America's safety and security, flip-flopping on TikTok is out. In and Out or Five Guys. Five Guys. Now, I know if a lot of you have issues with him pushing Warp Speed. This is why I give him the pass with Warp Speed. I give him the problem with Warp Speed. I give him the pass with Warp Speed because he didn't know any better. He knew that the vaccine was presented before him. He knew that he was being told that this arm ticket was the way. He was listening to Fauci, 1,000%. You can't blame a man who doesn't know much about that world, and he's listening to a guy who is world renowned, is well respected, and he has to go off of this guy's suggestion. So, the blame Trump for the arm ticket, I think, is unfair. But listen, you guys could say what you want to say about him in that regard, but I think it's unfair. He didn't know any better. Fillmore, he still promotes it because he doesn't know any better. He's an idiot in that aspect. He doesn't know any better. He thinks it did something for the world. He's old school. Old people don't waver much, guys. They fucking, you know that. Some of you old people know. You guys like your shit like this every day. He's like that. He made a decision. He's going to stick with it. Right? If somebody presents him something else, he might turn around and go against it. Fauci said it would take 3 to 5 years. I pushed it to get it done. Trump. Right. Because Trump was trying to be the savior. His ego was in the way of that. He was like, oh, well, if I can save people's lives by getting it pushed earlier, I'll do it. That's all it is. Who's a genius? Trump? Trump is not a genius. Trump's smart, but he's no genius. And not at that age. Not at the fucking the ripe age of 78 or whatever the fuck he is. You know, but he's not a genius. He didn't know any better. Now, like, again, if somebody presents something to him that has more facts behind it, we'll see. We'll see if it was ever presented to him. Trump was still learning. Things really are that bad, yes. Right, that's my point. Trump didn't know at all. I mean, I'm not, you know, he said himself when he was running, he goes, I will surround myself with smarter people than me to make decisions or help me make decisions on certain things. The arm ticket was that. That was Fauci in his ear. Yes, he's a crazy businessman. That does not mean he knows what he's talking about in regards to other things. Right? And AI Trump. Did anybody else see this video that popped up on Reddit about the clone factory? There was these bodysuits, what looked like people, but they were like just suits. And somebody was like, that's a clone factory or an AI clone factory or some shit like that. I'm like, where the fuck did that come from? There's a lot of interesting shit that pops up and people gloss over. And then the other shit like how the shadow of the eclipse looked weird. And there was a astronaut named by the name of Terry Virts said that the huge shadow that casted over Earth wasn't natural, and he's seen eclipses from space, and he said that one was unnatural. It didn't sit right with him. And even when I looked at it, when I saw that picture, I'm like, that doesn't look right. That looks fucking very odd. But I'm like, well, what do I know? You're what you surround yourself with. Yeah, pretty much water, Tiger. And I was like, that looked odd. And then again, I'm like, well, I don't know any better. I'm not a fucking, I'm not an astrophysicist. I'm not an astrologist. I'm not any of that, right? I'm not an astronaut. I don't know anything. But when this astronaut said that, I was like, oh. So he's saying what I was thinking. I thought it was weird, but I let it go because I don't know any better, right? But when the astronaut Terry Virts said that, I was like, no shit. He said it was unnatural looking. Tiger, thank you for the donation. Appreciate it. If it fucking... I'm going to poke the shit out of this. Alright. Alright, it worked. Sorry. There's YouTube videos about the masks. Really. I got to look those up then. Well, listen, the people, like, they were spraying the clouds. The clouds were sprayed. I'm like, I don't know if it was that. I mean, I saw shit in the skies, but I don't think that cloud coverage was it. Though there's one side of me that believes that the cloud coverage could have been it, but another side of me is like, no way, because when I looked at the cloud map, that's why I picked Old Forge. There wasn't any clouds in sight. In fact, there were thin layering of clouds, as they put it. But that one from thin layering to like Joe, I couldn't see shit. But other spots that had the totality, that were in the totality path, didn't get clouds. So Syracuse got hammered. Syracuse got fucked just as bad as Old Forge. Someone said, okay, so Patty said so did Syracuse. Someone told me that Syracuse is screwed. And I heard that from numerous people. So maybe it was different spots at Syracuse. I don't know. I don't know what it was. But my son went to Plattsburgh, and he got lucky there. He got to see it. But, yeah, man. The, that was the only weird thing about the eclipse. And then there were videos of sharks in the water swimming in a pack. And if I'm not mistaken, sharks don't. Well, no, they do swim in a pack. But this was a huge. It was huge. It was a helicopter above them, and there had to be hundreds of sharks swimming in one direction together. There were birds in somebody's town that wouldn't leave. That some were dead, and then some were just there. Like, you know, when you walk up to birds, they're skittish and they go, these birds move nowhere. And then there was something else, birds. He says birds were reacting to the solar eclipse weirdly. And now I know that by us, the bird sound got super quiet. Like the birds chirping was super quiet. The sun started coming out again. They started chirping again. But there were videos of birds behaving weird. They were swarming a parking lot, which I've seen before. And then they were flying in a circular form in this video. But again, I don't know what that was clearly. Sharks mating season. That makes sense, Susie D. There you go. That makes a lot of sense. So they were going to hunt for ass? Is that what you're telling me? They were looking for vagine? Alright, that makes more sense then. I don't watch Shark Week. I don't know how people watch that. I could watch it for 16 seconds and then I'm done. Like, I do not care about sharks that much. But there are people that love Shark Week, man. They're like, yo, did you know that the hammerhead shark... I don't care. Don't even finish that sentence. I don't care. But, yeah, Shark Week is fucking intense for some people. Like, yo, it's Shark Week. I'm like, I don't care. You know? I can fucking care less. I couldn't care less about Shark Week. But, yeah, guys. So the next solar eclipse is 2044. That's in 20 years. The path is going to be a little weird, I think. I don't know why the path is going to be that way. I guess it's the pattern of the moon. But, it's going to cross over the tip of Texas and most of Florida. So I shall be there for that one because I got fucked out of this one. If I didn't get fucked out of this one, I wouldn't be going to the 2044. So in 20 years, I'll be 66 if I'm still around. And I'm going to try to make that one. Yeah, Kathleen, no, birds don't chirp at night. No, actually, there are birds that do chirp at night. There's birds in my area over by the wife. They do chirp at night. They only chirp on certain nights, though, but I forgot why. There was a reason why they chirp at night. But birds, as a whole, no, they don't chirp at night. So they stopped chirping when the sun disappeared, and then they started chirping again when the sun was recovering, if you will. But the Earth will flip over by then. Whatever the Earth's gonna do, I don't give a fuck. I'm taking pictures of it, regardless. I don't care if a fucking 180, 360. Whatever it does, I'm going to be there taking pictures. But, yeah, man, I might as well been... Yeah, so anyway, guys, back to the whole Trump thing. The flip-flopping is a red flag for me. And I know that he's playing, again, the political game. I understand that. But you can't... You got to be careful with the flip-flopping. I just think it's a bit much when you start flip-flopping just to get certain votes in. And he's going to flip-flop on a couple other things. I know he is. He's just he's going to be that guy. And it's not going to be cool. It really is. It's not going to be cool. And if he flip-flops again, I don't think I could vote for him. I'm already on edge about voting for him on certain things as it is. Now to turn around and then, have him flip flop on TikTok. There was something else he flip flopped on too. I cannot remember what it was, but he was backpedaling on something. I was like, this fucking guy, he's gonna backpedal his way out of a vote. At least with me. But politician guys, I know that they all backpedal. I know that they all go against their word. They'll say one thing, they do something else. I know that. So Trump is officially a politician. He's not the man of the people anymore. He's a man for himself. And we're going to see more of that evidence in the coming weeks, if not coming months. So it's definitely going to get bad. Susan, I would vote for Trump, but I don't know. Listen, Trump is going to stop a lot of bleeding. I think Trump will be a tourniquet, but he's not a cure. People have to understand that. Trump is not a cure. We need a cure. We don't need a tourniquet right now. Well, no, we can use a tourniquet to stop the bleeding, but then we need a cure. We need something or someone that's going to change things dramatically. Some people say we do need a reset. I don't know. I start to think sometimes maybe we do. Because we are so far gone. The behavior of the human race is getting worse every day. It's been getting bad for a long time, but there are more evil people out there than not. You could throw a rock and probably hit 5 evil people, and forget about those that are in disguise. Forget about those that are hiding in plain sight. They are your friends, they are your neighbors, they're possibly a relative. Hiding in your face, hiding some deep, dark secret. They like fucking masturbating to murder porn. And yes, there is such a thing. They like to diddle little kids. They get off on hurting animals. There's some evil people out there. And there's more than not right now. And we're faced with an army of that being grown. If you look at some of the people out there today that are saying that they like to walk around in a dog's uniform or dog's outfit, wearing a muzzle with a tail, walking around on all fours. That is an act of evil. And people say, well, why do you say that? Because you are portraying something that you're not, and you're trying to force other people to lie with you, right? So if you guys believe in not that lie is evil, but lying is bad. If you believe that lying is bad, we're playing this game with these people. We're playing this game with the trans community. We're playing this game with the non-binary people. We're playing this game with the pronoun party. We're playing this game with people, and every time, guys, we give them a fucking inch, they win a ground or grounds. We have to stop. We have to stop playing this game. We have to stop playing the pronoun party game. We have to stop telling people that we will play this psych patient game with them. We have to stop. I know that it might hurt their feelings, such as fucking life. Life is hard. Life is what it is. We can't play this game with them anymore. But that's what it is right now. We're fucking playing more and more games with these people. And we're letting them win. But I don't know. And the thing is, like, the lying is evil part, Kathleen. I agree to a point. It depends on what you're gonna do. I mean, husbands lie to their wives enough with certain things. Did you buy that fucking AR-15 I told you not to buy? Nope. But hey, do I look fat in this dress? Nope. Right? So lying does have its place. But when you're lying about certain things that make a huge difference in your life, Eric, thank you for the donation. That's where it's a problem. Like I said, do you outright tell a kid, what happened to grandma? Let's say grandma was like, raped and killed. Do you tell a 5-year-old that grandma was raped and killed? No. You tell them that they went to sleep and they didn't wake up. And then when they get older, you fucking tell them, the truth. But I think lying does have a place. You can't be honest all the time. I mean, I'm honest a lot. I'm honest to a fault. And that's why I'm always perceived as an asshole. But I can be honest with an adult, but I'm not going to be honest with a kid with certain things, Especially your wife. If your wife is on a period and she goes, does the food taste good? Yeah, go ahead and fucking tell her no. Watch what happens after that. You're not going to like it. So at some point, guys, you got to lie with certain things. Wives, you guys lie with the husband. The husband will ask you, "What do you think of my dick size?" You'll go, "It's cute." Instead of saying, "Yo, it's bad, dude." That's no. You got a little dick. Ain't no woman gonna fucking sit there and tell their husband that bullshit, like at all. You might tell a strange dude that, but you're not telling your husband that shit. So yeah, obviously you're gonna have to lie in certain cases. You can't be fucking 100% fucking honest. But when it matters, you have to be honest. If you cheated on someone, you have to be honest. If you stole something, first of all, you shouldn't steal. But if you stole and got caught, you have to be honest. If you did something bad, you have to be honest with that. But it's form fitting. You could do that too. I mean, listen. My friend a month or two ago, she said something to me, and I had to tell her. I became that asshole like that. She was like, she said something about being big, and she goes, "People think I'm a big girl." And I looked at her like, is she fucking with me? And then I looked at her, I'm like, "Yo, are you fucking with me?" And she goes, "Why?" I go, "You're a big girl. You're fucking, you're big, you're huge. you're." And she goes, "You're a fucking asshole." I go, "I am an asshole. But I'm like, we're not going to play this game thinking you're not big. You're a big girl." And I said, "I told you this before. You got to lose weight. You're too fucking big now." It was fine to a point, but now you're like fucking, you're entering a medical issue. You're so big. Wayne, you can't side with me. Then there's a button on the screen somewhere. You can click off of it. Click off and just go off. I don't care. But yeah. So I was like, yo, and I like big girls too. I'm all about it. But there is a point, guys, ladies who are listening. You're too big after a certain age. It becomes a health issue, and you have to fucking get it checked. And she thought for whatever reason she wasn't a big girl, and I'm looking at her like, yo, you're fat. And she was like, and she had this look on her face, and it started to dawn on her that she either needed to hear it or whatever the case was. I don't know what it was. But she needed to hear the shit. But, yeah, she was just, I had to let her have it. I was just like, because, like every girl knows that they're big. The big girls know that they're big. She didn't think she was a big girl. I'm like, and I told her, I said, I could appreciate a big ass. I really can. But you're getting to this point now where it's just too big and it's complicating your fucking health. She was just like, she didn't know what to say. I'm like, yo, stop being a big bitch. Start working out again. And you'll be fine, Yo, I could not believe it. I was like, I thought she was fucking me. I thought she was joking. I almost had a fucking stroke when she said that. I was like, what? I said, are you fucking? My heart skipped a beat. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I was looking around for cameras and shit, seeing if I was on bloopers or some shit. I'm like, yo, am I on a fucking TV show? Did you really just say that to me? She goes, yeah. She goes, why? I go, you're fucking big. You're fat. Holy shit, man. I want someone to tell me when I'm fat. I mean, like guys in the firehouse, yo, Charles, you getting fat. I'm like, yeah, man, I got to hit the gym. And even I looked in the mirror. I was like, yo, this is ugly. I'm in the mirror like, I'm starting to look like a globe. I got to drop this weight. I have to. And of course, now I'm in that fluctuating period. Now I'm dropping it again. I'm like, all right. I have to get down to 240 before the summertime, just so one that I can look decent at the beach or the pool, but two because it becomes a health issue. The older you get, the more weight you keep on, the worse it is for you down the line. You have to shave the weight off. Like I said, I any big girl that I know, I'm like, yo, the fat ass was cute when you were younger, but now you're old. You got to drop this weight because your high blood pressure and all that other bullshit's gonna get out of control. Listen, Lizzo with her bullshit. I'm fat and healthy, bitch. When you turn 40, light switch. You're gonna be like, what happened? You're gonna be fucking breathing donuts and shit. You're gonna be so fucking fat. You're gonna have crumbs around your face 24 hours because you're always eating shit. Like, people don't understand. To get to a certain weight, that means you're eating and doing nothing. Zero. At the very least, if I maintain this 260 weight, I'm still putting in calories and expending calories staying here. which is not the case right now. I'm eating less calories and doing more to drop weight. But when, like my friend, when she got big, I said, yo, you're eating and not doing anything. And I told you to go for walks. I'm like, yo, what are you doing? You're fucking eating and just like, you're like, oh, I had a cheeseburger. Let me just do nothing. Yo, you eat a cheeseburger, you get your fat ass and some sneakers and you go for a fucking walk. Anytime you're done eating, go for a walk. I promise you guys who are watching this now, if you eat after every meal, go for a walk, a 20-minute walk, I guarantee you'll be shedding the weight. Because your body's like, what the fuck is going on? Why is this bitch walking? Why are we going for a hike? And you're not going for a hike, you're just going for a simple 20-minute walk. That's all you need. But yo, to gain the weight that people are getting, they are eating like Gorlock, that fucking monstrosity of a human being, that guy who thinks he's a chick, who thinks he's sexy, that freak show, he's eating and doing nothing afterwards. Nothing. That's just like that to get that big, you have to be eating in bed. You have to be eating and sleeping. Yo, not Borlock, Gorlock. Look it up. You're going to be disgusted. I'm not tall. I'm 5'10", 260, mostly muscle, but it's a lot of body fat as well. You know, so I'm dropping that. All right, so I'm trying to get to 240. If I can get to 240 by the summertime, whoo, it's on. Yeah, it doesn't look human. Like, listen. The Gorlock thing, even if it was a guy, it's disgusting looking. And it's a guy trying to be a chick, disgusting looking. This dude hasn't seen his dick since he was 5. He's so fat. Like, how is that even a possibility? That means you're eating in bed and not doing a fucking thing. You're just laying there. And supposedly he's super active, right? Because he's like going to clubs and shit. How do you get that fat? Oh, God. I'm like, seriously, though, that's fucking disgusting. I'm sorry, but like when I look at people like that, I'm like, yo, you're doing zero, and you're putting in more calories than you're burning off. Yuck, man, that's disgusting. Anyway, thank you, Kathleen, for that. But yeah, anyway, sorry about that rant. But anyway, guys. That being said, I'm going to go off the air in about 2 minutes or so. So, yeah, for those of you that... Yeah, Monger. That if you look up Gorlock, guys, you got to look it up on YouTube. Look up Gorlock on YouTube. You got to see something. This motherfucker has the confidence I wish I had. He is super confident, man. I give him respect for that shit. I give him respect for his confidence or delusion. One is delusional or confidence. I haven't decided, but he's like, your man is in my inboxes. Doing what? Giving you Twinkies? Like, who's in that motherfucker's inbox? Who's it? I say, who the fuck is it's in your inbox that you're telling other chicks to back? Like, chicks are telling you to back off my man. Back off. If your man is dealing with that fucking thing, your man needs to stop. Seriously. Or you cut it off with that dude. Because, yo, look it up, guys. Gorlock the Destroyer, yes. Look it up. If you guys look it up before you go to sleep, I fucking guarantee you're not going to eat breakfast tomorrow morning. You're going to be like, yo, no. You can't believe this thing exists. You can't believe the confidence of this dude. It's insane. Prepper Revelator, thank you. It's insane. But yeah, what is it with the stereo system? Am I missing something with the stereo shit? Because everybody goes, yo, you need a stereo system. I'm like, I don't know what that means. Is that code for something else? Yeah, Comet Moon, don't look at it. I'm telling you, it's just, it's insanity. It's insanity. But it's just the way he comes off. Like, he's been in talk shows, like those groupie talk shows they do with the chicks, and they ask like the whores of the world, what do you think about X, Y, and Z? You know, and then they're like, well, you know, like the one chick said that she loves doing porn. Now she found God, and she got rid of her OnlyFans page. Well, she deleted most of her videos from her OnlyFans page. She does Bible sermons now. She completely switched gears. But she's a part of that circle of chicks that they interview, and Gorlock was there. And I'm like, why is this thing there? And it's like, yeah, guys find me attractive. I'm like, what? Who the fuck on this planet? When he said that, I almost lost my shit. I almost threw my laptop across the room. I could not believe that. And again, the confidence. If I had that confidence, I'd be fucking bagging chicks left and right. But I don't have that confidence because I don't have that time. I am too busy live streaming, working, and YouTubing to do that kind of shit, to have that kind of confidence. Oh my God. But anyway, that being said, man, let me get off the fucking air. You guys, thank you for joining me tonight. Thank you for, don't look up, matter of fact, go look up Gorlock. Just go and look it up. I will see you guys next Tuesday for the doubleheader. Other than that, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for the donations. Thank you for dealing with my bullshit. And I will see you guys next week.